would you share with the listeners the concept of Kintsugi thinking?
Yeah, so I was actually originally, Brendan, going to call the book Kintsugi Thinking. So firstly, what Kintsugi is this beautiful Japanese art. And I've no doubt many people will have seen it. And if you were like me, maybe you were ignorant to what the hell it was about and you thought people were being cheapskates and they had like this cracked pottery in their houses or plates or bowls, etc. And you're kind of going, why don't you just get one in IKEA and replace it? Wrong idea with Kintsugi. Kintsugi is this Japanese art, and it just means literally kin and sugi, golden joinery. And what it does is it's an art to celebrate the cracks within the piece as an essential part of that piece. And what essentially they do is that you take a cracked piece of crockery, a plate, a lamp, whatever it might be, and you join the cracks together carefully with this golden lacquer. So it exposes, you don't try and hide the cracks, you actually overexpose them with this golden lacquer, and it celebrates the cracks. And I linked it then as well to a beautiful line. I don't know if you're a Leonard Cohen fan, but it's like, there's a crack in everything, that's where the light gets in.
I love that.
And if you think about that and you go, okay, if I teach, even like back to my point with my kid earlier on, my son, that in everything in life, you fail your way towards success. And that doesn't mean that the mistake is great and you're delighted that somebody made a mistake. Because this is a really important thing. And if there was anything else you get from the chat today, it's this, is that as a leader, you realize that no two mistakes are the same, in that there's different categorizations of mistakes. There's a mistake that is somebody who should know better, who has done this for a long period of time. So you think about safety in a plant, for example. People are trained how to spot them, how to prevent them, etc. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to happen. Some type of unusual use case may happen and a mistake may happen. But then you have innovation or change, or you building an organization. People will inevitably make mistakes when they're inventing the future, because you fail your way forward. You have to. And Kintsugi thinking embraces failure as a source of learning. It's a foundation on which you build new learning, because you're going to have to. You literally have to find out what doesn't work in order to find out what does work in a lot of cases. And if you treat that as a way of innovating or inventing, you see things very differently. Because one of the cases is Edison. So I didn't find, the famous line is, I found 1,000 ways that didn't work, But what's missed about Edison is often and this is the problem often with even entrepreneurship, that there's this myth of the lone inventor type character who's the visionary who comes up with this. That's often the case. The initial vision comes there. Then you need to hire builders. You need to hire those workarounds who's going to help you. But equally, what Edison did, Edison was really methodical with his invention process. He is famous for these notebooks, which would literally list, I made this incremental change, it didn't work. Log that change. I made this change, it didn't work. Furthermore, he had a team of people. So it wasn't like Edison in a white coat. He had a team of people who adopted this methodology. And that's Kintsugi thinking. It's like, what doesn't work? And I'll figure out what does as a result of what doesn't work. And if you turn on that Kintsugi thinking switch, you start to lean into mistakes. So